Cappies, oh my Cappies, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Cappies, y'all got the Castle and the Fault Line, Anima Mundi and the Comic, the Mentor, the Maiden, and the Starborn. Caps, well, the castle is the idea of destination stagnation, right? Like, you think that you want to be somewhere, and then you get there and you're like, ooh, this is really drafty. It's definitely not cozy. Certainly could not build a home here type of energy, you know? And I feel like there's this idea of being sold on an idea that, like, every time you step into it, just, that's just bad. It's just bad foundation. Like, every time you step, you almost fall and hurt yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, got to get out of this foundation, got to get away from this foundation, got to get out of this castle, right? I just feel like this action, you know. But I feel like part of that is you uncovering like where the issues in the foundation were, because I almost feel like, and however this resonates for y'all, this is an analogy, right? So it's not a literal story, and you can apply it to whether it's relationships in your life or, you know, like your own personal, you know, like goals and ambitions. Do with it what you will, because this, again, is just an analogy. But we're going with the analogy of the house, right? And you keep trying to fix things, and it feels like even when you're fixing little things, the big things keep happening. And so you have to understand, like, where is the problem? Where is the issue? Like, is it the electrical work? Is it the plumbing? Where is this devastation? Like, what is occurring that is creating such a faulty foundation? And then applying that information, because the idea of the comic, depending on the read, is that, okay, what is it? I forgot. Oh, being smart. Being smart is like, if you know, you meet people along the way or know people in your life who are miserable because they're too smart to be happy. They know how awful the world is. They know, da da da. So they're just miserable people, right? And it's like, well, you're smart enough to be miserable, but are you brilliant enough to be happy? And I just feel like, Cappies, you're like, yeah, I am brilliant enough to be happy, and I am going to figure out where this thing is coming from, and I'm going to, I don't know, because I don't know if you're salvaging something. I kind of feel like you're going in a new direction, you know, but like first you had to uncover where all of the leaks were coming from. And then you had to like deal with the leaks. I don't know, maybe so you could sell the property. I don't know. However that resonates for you, because again, it's analogy and that's just what's coming through here right now. But whatever the decision is that you end up making, I feel like it's a very informed decision. Well, yeah, maybe you're like paying an expert to come in and like find where the actual issues are, and then fix it so that you can sell it, because it's really not worth. I feel like it, I don't know, whatever that house was for you, it feels like it's like you don't even want to be in it anymore. You know what I mean? Because there's just been too many things that have gone down with it that are like, I don't even want to be in that house anymore. So I'm off to a new one, you know? And I feel like that's what you're doing. And when you do that, I feel like you've learned so much about structure. I feel like you've learned a lot about like where issues can pop up if you don't pay attention. You know, like people who don't own houses never have to deal with roto-rooters. And those people exist because roots grow in your house, or like into pipes in your house from your trees, you know? So like, it's kind of one of those things where I feel like however this mentor is coming in for you, I feel like they're coming in to like fix something, but I feel like when they fix it, you learn a lot from that experience. And I think you feel prepared to, well, I don't know, like upgrade somehow. Cappies, I don't know, maybe some of my Cappies are moving and that's why a house is coming through. Or maybe somebody's dealing with some issues at home. Like, you know, I don't know. Cappies. The Eight of Swords and the Empress. I do know one of my Cappies is building house right now. So that is like a thing. The Knight of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Empress. Cappies. Well, I mean, it could be that some of y'all are going on a trip. I don't know. That'll depend on my Cappy, but it's the trip card. You're definitely having to face your fears, though. Why? Well, I guess if we're sticking with this analogy of this house that's like broken and doesn't like nobody wants to be there anymore. You don't even want to be there anymore. So it's like facing your fears to call in the person to come and tell you what's really wrong so that you can figure out like how you're going to put this thing on the market. Basically is what's coming through. Again, an analogy. But how would you be facing your fears in that analogy? You'd be facing your fears and having to like get that assistance. But I feel like for a lot of my Cappies, it's like you hire this person, and I feel like the next direction that you're going, the next house that you're going to buy is presented to you. I don't know. I don't know how that will play out, because I just feel like instead of feeling like you're constantly dealing with all of these fractured foundations and these issues with this house that keeps breaking, you're like, you know what? I've got it from here. I don't know, because I feel like I'm talking to a property, which is weird to me. I don't know. But, I mean, well, so my Cappy, they're building their cabin, and they're doing it all by hand. And, they're just like, they're at it every day, just steady chipping away at it. And if something happens, like they have to stop what they're doing. They have to halt the construction. They have to find somebody to fix it. They have to, you know what I mean? Like, or figure out how to fix it themselves, and then go in and adjust accordingly. And, I just feel like you settled in something that you weren't happy with, that you weren't comfortable with in life in some way. And so once you've realized like where it is that you're settling, or where it is that you're just not getting what you want, and it's not that you haven't tried to fix the house up. I just feel like the house was not in the condition to be fixed, and so all of the fixes that you were doing were just like, it's like getting a new sink fixture but your water pipes are busted. Like, I don't know, like that's the analogy that is coming through for me. The Fortune Fairy, Temperance, Six of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups. Well, whatever these things were that were just kind of like tripping you up, I think that like the one thing that's been true is that you knew that even if it was bad, it wasn't always going to be bad. I think that what you're starting to realize is that it won't always be bad, but if you keep doing the same thing expecting different results, it's always going to be bad. And that's a you thing, not an anybody else thing, And I just kind of feel like when you realize that, you start to work with the right people. You start to like shift your perspective on what it means to, I don't know, create a new home. I guess, because that's where we're at. Cappies, I love y'all so much. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day today. I think somebody's dog got out. The King of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Well, Cappies, whatever it is that you're doing, I do think that it's something that you're very passionate about. I feel like it's Cappy kind of passion though, you know, because even when a Cappy is like super stoked or like really thrilled about things, they still have this air to them that's just like super chill, you know? And I feel like this sense of like super chill stepping on like to this new property, so satisfied that like you don't have to keep trying to like put all this energy into fixing fixtures when the pipes are really broken. You know what I mean? Like it just I feel relieved in a way where you're like coming up and you're like proud of yourself for it because you know that's where you're supposed to be, right? Cats. All right. Let's see what we can get for the last card for or oh, three. For y'all, we'll call it three. Yeah, the shaman. I do think some of my Cappies are moving. Well, and if you're getting ready to be done with your house, then you're definitely moving. You know? But you're letting go of something that was, I think, ultimately just a very cracked foundation, and going to something that I feel like it feels new because it feels like you're exploring it, but it feels like you're getting comfortable and like cozy and you know, like when you move into a place and then you get everything. Idiot, the propane guy had to come out today. And he had to do all my stuff for me. And he was like, as he was leaving, he was like, "Your place looks great, by the way." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." But you know, like you get cozy and you make it cozy and you feel like, I don't know, just like intimate with your space, intimate with with whatever you're doing, your construction, your project, you know, whatever. But I feel like it takes you on like in a journey that is different in that it's not a journey where you feel like you're constantly just doing like aesthetic upgrades on a house that has busted pipes. And I love that for you, Cappies. However, this resonates for you. If it does resonate with you, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.